Hi Tampa, this is Joy Banks and you are watching Tampa Bay Live. Thank you for joining me for my first official episode. Coming up, I've got your hot coffee with the Trump inauguration, the New Edition story coming up on BET, as well as Hidden Figures and why you should go see that film. Then we've got Good Reads featuring Killing Kennedy, a book by Bill O'Reilly. And later we have the birthdays and our Frugal coach, Keisha J, coming in, giving you some tips on how to bounce back after the holidays. This is Tampa Bay Live. Let's get started. In today's hot coffee, we're going to start off with the big one, Trump inauguration. Okay, on the 20th, we will be inaugurating our 45th president of the United States. And no matter what side of it you're on, one thing people keep talking about is who's performing. Obviously, the list of who's not performing is probably longer, but we've got Toby Keith, Three Doors Down, in which I like. One of my favorite songs that I would play over and over was Kryptonite. And then the young lady that's doing the national anthem is a lady by the name of Jackie Avancho. She was on America's Got Talent. So those are the performances that are coming up at the Trump inauguration. Now, there's been a lot of talk about people that have declined to be there for their personal reasons, and some people saying it's un-American. And I'm gonna be honest, here's my view about it. You can't go around insulting people and bullying the sandbox and then get mad when nobody wants to play with you. So for people that are out there commenting saying, oh, it's un-American or it's not cool that these celebrities aren't performing, it's their choice. Personally, I still totally intend on watching the inauguration. Now, I gotta tell you, okay, remember how when Kanye West escaped from the hospital and went straight to Trump Tower? All right, well, when our friend Kanye went to Trump, right? And you saw all these pictures, there was a photo op, and we will never know what they were actually talking about. But my first thought was like, what if Kanye West was performing at the inauguration? I would totally watch that, to be completely honest. Like, picture it, like the song Power comes up, and then I don't know, some soldiers in like the uniforms from like the Nutcracker start performing, and then Trump comes out. Like, honestly, that would be so insane. I would definitely watch it. But to my knowledge and everybody else's, that's not happening. So I am still looking forward to watching this inauguration and seeing how everything turns out. We are in the middle of history, so I really just wanted to capture it and just give you my view on it, but I'm just so hyped to see what's gonna happen come January 20th. And I'm a little bit sad, too, to be honest, because, that'll be our last chance to see our president and the Obama family when they get on the helicopter and wave away and go into civilian life. So next, the New Edition story. Now, everybody's been seeing the ads if we've been watching BET. The New Edition story. New Edition is the group that is behind the hits like Candy Girl, Can You Stand the Rain? Oh my goodness, Is It Love? Like the nostalgia, like I am so excited about seeing this mini-series. So good stuff, BET, looking forward to it. One of the things I want to talk about, if you haven't seen it yet, is Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures is the story of three women mathematicians played by Taraji P. Henson, Janelle Monáe, and Octavia Spencer, and during the launch of John Glenn into space by NASA. All right, so I got together with some of my college girlfriends. We made it a night, and we went out to the theater down in Riverview, the X-Cape Theater. Oh my gosh. So first off, my first thought was like, if I'm going to be watching Cookie from Empire with glasses, I don't want to sit through this. I did not know what my expectations were, actually. And then when I got the chance to really see it, it is a phenomenal movie from start to finish. Kevin Costner plays a really convincing boss. These ladies are in the 60s, the early 60s, and basically what it's about is the race for America to get into space after the Russians have launched a cosmonaut to travel into space first. So it highlights the real women, Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson. It was a really, really inspiring story, and by that I mean you see the struggles of these women, and obviously during civil rights on top of everything else, there's this added pressure to be successful and be reliable on top, like obviously because it's NASA, they're launching somebody into space, but compounded by being black women growing up in that time. Like, this is a movie you can bring your friends, and it's not, and this is not just a black film. This is not just a women's empowerment film. Like, you feel really good about these stories and you're really rooting for them. So that's my take on Hidden Figures. That's why you need to go see it if you haven't seen it already. And they are killing it in the box office. Good stuff. Good reads. Now, let me preface this by saying, all right, before you start, oh my gosh, Joy, why are we talking about a book by Bill O'Reilly, Killing Kennedy? All right, here's the thing. This book, Killing Kennedy by Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard, I took some time to read this book because I was just curious about Kennedy, and my views about Bill O'Reilly are not the most positive, but I felt like, you know what? Why don't I take some time and just maybe get a different perspective, not just from listening to a commentator, but his writing style. I've always been curious about Jacqueline Kennedy and the Kennedy family, so I just said, well, let me pick up this book, give Mr. O'Reilly the benefit of the doubt, and see if I can really sift through this and find some things that I find interesting or factual. The tone of the book, I will tell you, for me, it was a little bit, I don't want to say alarming per se, but I'll give you an example because it does talk about some events and that were affecting everyone at that time, not particularly just the Kennedy family. One of the things that drew my attention was the murder of Emmett Till. The way that story is portrayed, you're talking about a 14-year-old kid, and you know the story, I got killed down in Money, Mississippi. There are some of the tones there, it's almost like O'Reilly was saying that he almost invited the violence that happened to him. Some of the passages was like, almost like Emmett Till was bragging about who he was with before, and things like that. And really the whole book, while it's about Kennedy as a man, it doesn't give a new spin on how he died. Because I think some people that were maybe looking for a new spin as far as a conspiracy, this is not the book for that. But there were some things that I found out that I didn't know, from the Kennedys losing a child early, and 3 weeks after they lost a newborn son was the 16th Street church bombing. And it goes through this timeline to where those were things that the timelines can be proven, so that's what I really appreciated about those. I mean, even the references to MLK were not painting him in necessarily the best light. He kind of like, oh yes, he did a great I Have a Dream speech, but he was also a philanderer. So the tone of the book was very different, but it made me want to, because of my view of the author, just take a very objective view. And I kid you not, there were some points I was like, is this nonfiction? Like, how could you possibly know? Some of the things he was saying was like, some of the things in the book were like what Kennedy was thinking at the time. I questioned those things. Like, legit, there was one point in the book, he actually says, like a reminder, this is a nonfiction book. And that to me spoke to like why, I think that I have a different view about this particular author. I would not say go get the book, but I would say I'm appreciative that I sat down and took the time to read it. On to our money clip with my friend Keisha J. She's going to give us some tips on how to recover after the holidays with 5 quick things you can do right now to get back on track.
Hi, I'm Keisha J, and I'm your frugal coach and savings diva. I'm here to talk about 5 ways that you can bounce back from your holiday spending. The first way is couponing. The average couponer will save 20 to 40% weekly, from household items to even trips. The second way is living below your means. Just because you can afford an item doesn't mean that you need it. The third way that you can bounce back from holiday spending is saving and budgeting. 2 things that I like to refer back to is the Dave Ramsey money envelope system, which allows you to set aside money in certain envelopes for certain things, and once the money is gone, it's gone. Also, the money challenges are very popular now. You can start high and even aim low. Meal planning, that's number 4. A lot of people think meal planning is just for people who are dieting. Wrong again. Once or twice a month shopping will save you money. Also, eliminate those random drive-through trips as well. Number 5 is selling those unwanted used items. 2 great apps: OfferUp and Let It Go. Check out those apps and get rid of those things that you don't need and make some extra coins doing so. I'm Keisha J, your frugal and savings diva coach. Visit us on the blog, Coupon Divas on a Dime, for more information.
And on to birthdays. If you were born in January, you celebrate a birthday month with celebrities like Morris Chestnut, Bradley Cooper, Alicia Keys, Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Harvey, Muhammad Ali, and of course, Martin Luther King Jr. I want to give a special happy birthday shout out to my producer, Mr. Alan Johnson. Thank you for helping me and making me look a lot better than I would have looked on my own trying to do this. So your birthday is on the 18th. Happy birthday to you, Alan. And I want to give a special birthday message to the local actor, Mr. Elliot Bunch, originally from Melbourne, Florida, says his favorite food is anything mayonnaise free. He was asked how would his friends describe him. Elliot says he doesn't know. He'd have to ask his friends. And where would you have seen Elliot? Elliot was recently in Standing Firm and the play by Melvin and Marvin Coleman, Think Like a Lady, as well as the film Raised on Media that recently won awards at the Tampa Bay Urban Film Fest. So happy birthday to you. Celebrating your birthday January 25th, Mr. Actor, up-and-coming Elliot Bunch. Now, if you have a special birthday shout out that you want to send, please inbox at the email address below so we can get that birthday message to that special someone, or if you want to shout out yourself. So those are our birthdays. Happy birthday to you, Tampa. And now for some upcoming Tampa Bay area events. The first one, a big one this week, is the Tampa Bay Black Heritage Festival going on right now. The festival is a 10-day celebration of culture, arts, events from the African American diaspora right here in Tampa Bay. There's different events from galas, parties, educational stuff, and the big one is the concerts that happen over the weekend at Curtis Hickson Park coming up. One of the favorites coming up at the festival is the Daz Band. Remember Let It Whip and all those hits? So they'll be there along with a host of other vendors, businesses, restaurants, food trucks. So it's an exciting weekend. If you see me down there, say hi. That's Tampa Bay Black Heritage Festival. And here are some other events coming up this month. On to things I like this week. First up, there's a new app called the BusyMo app. And what it does is like a directory, and you can find women and minority-owned businesses. I think this is perfect timing for this. You can find local businesses in your community that you want to support and learn more about their products. They have everything from, auto mechanics, lawyers, photographers, all kind of stuff. And it was a great app so far. It seems like it's very easy to use, too. Now, they've got cities like Atlanta, Charlotte, Dallas, Miami, but you know what city is not on there yet? Tampa. So get out there, check out this app, see if you like it. I think it's going to come in handy. I think it's going to be a really big thing, really come in handy and very useful. So that's the BusyMo app. Another thing I like this week, Golden Globes. Where do I start? First, I want to share with you, if you haven't seen it, the Viola Davis Lifetime Achievement Award speech when she was introducing Meryl Streep. It was just so endearing. I'm going to show you the clip and I'll give you my comments.
She makes the most heroic characters vulnerable, the most known familiar, the most despised relatable. Dame Streep. Her artistry reminds us of the impact of what it means to be an artist, which is to make us feel less alone. I can only imagine where you go, Meryl, when you disappear into a character. I imagine that you're in them, patiently waiting, using yourself as a conduit, encouraging them, coaxing them to release all their mess, confess, expose, to live. You are a muse. Your impact encouraged me to stay in the line. Dame Streep, I see you. I see you. And all those rainy days we spent on the set of Doubt, every day my husband would call me at night and say, "Did you tell her how much she means to you?" And I said, "No, I can't say anything, Julius, I'm just nervous. All I do is stare at her all the time." He said, "Well, Well, you need to say something. You've been waiting all your life to work with this woman. Say something. I said, Julius, I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, well, you better do it tomorrow because when I get there, I'm going to say something. Never said anything. I'm going to say it now. You make me proud to be an artist. You make me feel that what I have in me, my body, my face, my age, is enough.
So it was just, look at it, a very well said, very eloquently put by Viola Davis. She's actually one of my favorite actresses right now, and it was just really awesome to see that unity among artists, and it was just pretty awesome. So that's one of the things I liked this week as far as Golden Globes. Another thing I liked also from the Golden Globes, the Tracee Ellis Ross, when she won Best Actress in a TV Comedy. That was a historic win for Tracee, and of course it was for the show Black-ish, and she's been around a long time. I've been watching Tracee since Girlfriends, and congratulations to her on that win. One more thing I liked, also red carpet, Golden Globes. There were some beautiful, beautiful gowns that came across the red carpet, and I'm a fashion lover, so I got to point them out. Reese Witherspoon, one of my favorites in yellow. Another, I have to say, has got to be Naomi Campbell. She looked every bit the model that she is in that gown, in that it's the shimmer, the white, it just looked just right on her. Gotta be one of my other favorite looks of the Golden Globe. And those are a few things that I liked this week. So that's gonna do it for today's show. Tampa, thank you for joining us for Tampa Bay Live. If you have any comments, of course, please comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Inkwell Pictures channel. We'll be back with some more information, some highlights. Please join us. We got a lot of great things coming up, and make sure you subscribe. You have any comments, want to get your events on the show, make sure you email us at the link on the page. And this is Joy Banks. This has been Tampa Bay Live. Stay fabulous.